Dixon Field, home of the Perry Central Commodores for the night. The Commodores will host the Letcher Central Cougars. Both teams, we've had quite a few games on this year. Both, I mean, outstanding squads here in the 14th region, so I'm really excited about this one. Tonight, this is Matthew Hudson, joined by Mark Young.
I tell you what, Matt, I hope this weather holds off. We got a strong wind going from left to right field, and it's not let up. I'm hoping that the weather will bypass us and we can get a good game in.
Yeah, I kind of panned up here to let you see the sky. It's not super dark yet, but the wind has been blowing in at like 30 miles an hour for about an hour now, and they say it's headed our way. We have we're going to try to get this one in. Like I said, Patient's done a great job getting the field ready. They were out here with 2 hours before the game, trying to get everything dried up and packed back in, get everything ready tonight.
Yeah, the field looks in great shape considering the weather that we've had.
Well, right before the game, well, I guess about an hour before the game, they had two or three of the Perry Central coaches came in. They completely about had to dig the batter's box out and packed it all back down tight in, trying to make a good, safe environment here for these young men. So we're already had the national anthem and the starting lineups. I think you've got the starting lineups over there, don't you, Mark?
I do. Leading off for the Cougars is going to be Quentin Williams, number 8. Quentin's a senior, of course, and quite an athlete. So the lineup card they gave me has him leading off, but I see Kentzer on deck, so I haven't seen Q walk out there yet. So I'm kind of wondering if
It's been kind of odd. Williams got a really big bat for the Cougars. It kind
of caught me off guard there too. Of course, when you look at the batting average, they got Big Clay Hall batting fourth right now, and he's carrying a 438 batting average, so that did make sense.
Yeah, I mean, Williams got plenty of speed. He would be a good leadoff man. It's usually about a big lefty hitting. You want on down your lineup some.
Kentzer usually is the leadoff, but he's got good wheels too. So if they can get a couple of guys on early with speed, it could make for an interesting game.
Looks like we have Maggard here on my number 11. That's Maggard, isn't it? Parker.
Yeah, Parker Maggard.
Parker Maggard on the field for the Commodores. Yep.
Yeah, Q now steps up in front of Kentzer, so Quentin Williams will be our leadoff batter for the Cougars. He's, like I said, a senior. He's playing center field tonight, so.
And we said we do have the two camera angles. I'm going to try to my best to try to run everything and run both camera angles at the same time.
And hold everything in place because it's a monsoon wind out here.
Yeah, if it does start raining, I'll just go ahead and let you know. Heads up, I will get quiet quick because I won't be here. I have to run and get that other camera and get it out of the weather. As Maggard comes in, starts the game off with a strike.
Yeah, it's a perfect inside pitch. Oh, 0-2 now. With Quentin being a lefty and the way this wind's blowing, if he can get the ball up in the air with his power, he could easily stroke one out at any moment.
Oh, yeah, because it's really carrying, like, going left or right. Heavy, like I said, 25, 30 miles an hour here. Maggard checking his band here, getting the call in. Up 0-2, you didn't think you'd give him too much there. Comes with that off-speed pitch, just misses low.
Right, that was a perfect pitch. Is trying to get someone to chase after, so kind of what you would expect in that situation. That just hung on the outside. It never broke at all.
Yeah, so you tell what he was trying to go for. It had a lot of spin on it, but it still just didn't break back in. So misses outside, ball 2.
You would think with that wind, it would be a natural break right now. I got him looking.
Got that outside corner, strike 3 there on Williams. Looking. Who we got behind the mound, behind the plate here, Mark? I didn't catch that name. I see
Curry.
No, for the ump.
I do not know. That's a good question. I didn't see his face when he came out. He already has mask on.
All right, has Steve Campbell here behind the plate.
Okay. Dawson Kentzer's at the plate for the Cougars with a 327 batting average, and he rips one over to third base.
A good hard hit there into the hole. Is it Kentzer lines one out and gets down to first safely?
So next you got Andrew Little up batting third. Andrew is carrying a 260 batting average at the moment. Kinser with quite a bit of speed over there. They kind of keeping a close eye on him. The catcher was really looking his way.
Maggard misses low for ball one. Start their bat.
Fouled back up on the hill there.
Yeah, big cut here. Right, we're down here at the Bill Dixon Fields, right down here on the river next to Prairie Central. But right up behind us here is like I think there's a farm. Is it the Farm Bureau's right up here behind us? So a lot of times that ball ends up on the hill. Talking about that speed, Maggard trying to keep Kinser honest over there on first.
Yeah, his dad is the first base coach, so he told him he better get back quicker than that. He's got a nice curveball. That one was just broke a little too much.
Yeah, so it's completely different there. The one we were watching there with Williams. So it said it has to look different. Williams, the lefty. Time's called.
Right now, the right-hander pitchers that can throw a decent curveball has an advantage with that wind helping them. That's a shot.
It drops into right field. In front of the right fielder is Kinser around second, heads to third.
Cougars now have runners on the corner.
Good hard hit in the right. And Kinser, smart base running, realizes, if hit the right field, he's got enough speed, he can get to third pretty easy.
Yeah, he just come in standing up. He never had to slide or anything. They never even made a play. So now you got big Clay Hall up at the plate, bat cleanup, hitting .438. Clay's a senior and playing first base tonight for the Cougars. So he's got runner in scoring position. See what he can get done.
One thing I've got to watch quite a few times this year. One thing I've been impressed with is his patience at the plate.
That's a big thing. You want your batters to be aggressive, but you want to be patient and wait on a strike. And he's put it in center field, tag at third, and he held it.
Good throw home by the center fielder. So with 2 outs, Kinser held it third, and the Commodores keep the Cougars off the scoreboard.
So an F8 put out, and like you said, a great throw in to hold the runner at third. So Cougars have got 2 down and still have runners on the corner. You got Jaden Wright coming up to bat. Jaden is pitching that and carries let me find him. I can't find his batting average. There he is, 241.
Maggard gets ahead early here. Gets strike one on the first pitch. Pretty pitch right there. Catches that corner.
Yeah, that had a little bit of heat behind it and still broke. That was a really nice pitch. So Wright's in there with 2 strikes, so he has to protect himself. He chokes up a little on the bat. Grounds to the first baseman for the 3rd out.
So the Cougars make a little noise on the base pass, but can't get anyone home. Trying the 2. Good job by the Commodores being able to get out of that. Like I said, it looked like the Cougars had a run for sure, especially with Kinser on third with 1 out. But like I said, the defense stepped up really well there, keep them off the board. We're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout, a quick commercial break, and we'll be back here in 90 seconds on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
I believe in Kentucky. I believe in Kentucky.
I believe the good guys win.
I believe in cops and firefighters.
I believe in lending a helping hand.
I believe tough times make strong people.
I believe in insurance that's there in good weather and bad.
I believe in sticking together.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians, Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank committed to the communities it serves. At Whitaker Bank, you'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us at any of our conveniently located branches or go to whitakerbank.com to learn how Whitaker Bank can serve you. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Welcome back here to Bill Dixon Field at Perry Central. As we have, it looks like Mr. Elkins leading off for the Commodores. And on tonight on the mound, we have number 28 for the Cougars.
Yeah, 28. That's Maggard actually out there pitching. I'm sorry, Jaden Wright pitching.
Jaden Wright.
Yeah. I had the wrong sheet up.
Elkins tries a check swing there, gets a piece up, foul tip. We ball strike one, sorry.
You know, Elkins is carrying a 388 batting average right now, so he's really seems to be on fire.
As it come on the inside corner there, misses just too much. Ball one.
That's a hard pitch to lay off of, especially if you have someone's got some power can turn on that. Bounced off of Kenster's face mask.
And if he wasn't ready, he is now. I said, that'll wake you up.
Yeah,
Elkins with a big cut.
Yeah, that was a shot to the face, too. So it's a good thing he had on all that protective gear.
Elkins deep, fly out there to the left.
And Harold was able to bring that in for the first put out. Fly to 7.
So good. Elkins got a lot of contact, but sometimes, see, if you hit jet at somebody, it doesn't do you much good.
Right. Up for the, Commodores now, yeah. Parker Maggard up, and he's hitting 266. He's a freshman. Good cut.
Yeah, gets a little piece of that. Was foul tip, strike one. Yeah, Maggard is just a freshman, but you talk about potential. I mean, behind the mound, he's already got the arm strength. Going to be one of the best catchers that come through the 14th.
And right now they got him, on the mound pitching, so he's trying to get something started for himself. Even up that count there, 1-0. So. Sure.
Good hit to center, but it carried on out there, and Williams will be able to get under that one and get the out.
Yeah, it's a nice catch by Q. It was pretty much a line shot. I mean, he didn't have to take but 2 or 3 steps, and he was right there. So Mason Summers up now, number 10 for the Commodores, and he's carrying, looks like a 333 batting average. He's a junior. A big, strong, healthy-looking youngin.
Oh, yeah, he's getting it right. He turns on one, you'll know it. Plenty of power at the plate as a 1-0 count's coming to him. Right, misses again low for ball 2. One thing I love about the Perry Central scoreboard up here is pitch count. It's a big part of high school baseball, and a lot of these schools don't have it. It gives you something else you can think about.
And sometimes that changes your approach to batting. You may want to take a few extra pitches if they're struggling to make sure they raise that count up as high as possible.
Right as we're able to catch that bottom lip there and get to strike one.
That was a nice change up there.
Yeah, that one was beautiful.
He just pulled the string on that one.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be high, and it just dropped straight into the zone.
So evened it up at 2-2.
Out by Cancer. That one's in the dirt there. Cancer be able to block it down.
Yeah, Cancer does a good job keeping most of the balls in front of him. He very few gets by him. That's another one up on the heels.
Yeah, Sumner stays alive here. Full count. Like you're talking about, he just kind of chokes up a little bit and, here, try to get some extra pitches in. If you don't get on base, try to run that pitch count up. Still early in this game.
I got a 5-3 put out for the third out.
Yeah, good field. Third baseman, clean catch and good pass. Good pass. I want to say pass. Trying to get football in here, Mark. Good throw over to first, clean catch. So everything went well. Get the third out and get out of the first inning. So he kind of returned the favor. Being able to get out of that, still 0-0.
Yeah, it's extracurricular activity going on back there. I wasn't sure what
listen, this place is a happening place. We got 9-12 going on, so the majors going on the next field over, and then the little guys on the one over past that. So we've got all kinds of good baseball going on up here in Perry County. We're going to kick it out for another commercial break, and we'll be back here in 90 seconds on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
At Hazard Community and Technical College, you are more than just a number. With our low faculty to student ratio, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to succeed. Our dedicated faculty is here to guide you every step of the way, helping you reach your goals in a community that cares. Choose HCTC. We'll never underestimate you. Call us at 606-487-3293 to learn more.
The Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance wants to inform the general public that Little Flower Clinic is a full-service medical clinic available for everyone. We accept most major insurances like the one your employer provides and Medicaid. Little Flower has an experienced staff of medical professionals providing all types of services from general physicians, mental health services, dental, chronic disease case management, and even chiropractic. We have on-site x-ray and laboratory services. Little Flower Clinic, everyone's medical home in the mountains.
Welcome back here to Bill Dixon Field and Perry Central, as looks like number 25 coming up here for the Cougars.
Yeah.
Lead off this inning.
That's big Kobe Johnson batting in sixth.
It's not the normal number I'm used to. I was kind of confused when he walked up here.
Right. With these new blue uniforms, the numbers don't necessarily match with the others, so
as Kobe takes strike one there, as Maggard gets that bottom corner.
Of course, Kobe is a senior. His batting average right now is just a 189, but that potential is there.
Well, Kobe took a few years off. He did take a few years off baseball and focused on football, but they came back out this year, and like I said, he's had a really good year so far. Maggard misses there. Ball one. Okay.
He chokes up a little bit, and I don't really know if he needs to or not. It looks like a toothpick in his hands, but he chokes up to try to protect the plate with that 2-strike count. He's hanging in there. He's a little late swing there, but
fouls that one off. Looks like you can tell he's thinking. And sometimes as a batter, that's a bad thing.
Oh, absolutely. Most of the time, if you have to think about it instead of just react to it, it's too late.
Yeah, quick enough hands to catch back up to that one, but does foul it off down first base. Still 1-2 count.
Good eye.
Maggard tried to get him chasing outside on that one. Good job holding up.
Yeah, that was a smart pitch. Johnson just had a good eye and was patient.
Trying to hit that outside corner again. There's almost the exact same spot as the last one. Misses still. So it runs the count full 3-2. Another foul down first base line here. Out.
That one just barely cleared the fence, but it went 2 miles up in the air before it come down. Again, he's run it up to a full count and paid off.
Yep. Dixon just kept fighting there, and Maggard misses high, and Johnson will get the easy walk down to first.
So you got Mason Boggs coming up next. Mason, of course, is playing shortstop for the Cougars, and Mason is just a freshman. It's hard for me to fathom that as many times as I've called his name this year, but between basketball and everything else. But he's got a 195 batting average, so.
Oh, Boggs tries to lay down the bumps, going to try to advance Johnson, misses, fouls it down. So it'll be strike one. Hard hit towards center. Short eases back out onto the grass and makes the good catch.
Yeah, it just, and the old saying is a can of corn. That was just straight to him. He never had to move many steps to get under it, and nice catch. So you got Kanan Harrell coming up to the plate. And one thing about Kanan is he is always aggressive at the plate. He's just batting 200 right now, but he's a senior and has a lot of experience in this game.
Maggard gets ahead again in the count early. Pitch one, strike one.
Yeah, the Cougars have been taking that first pitch, and he's starting to take advantage of it.
Good job by the catcher there. Johnson took a big secondary. He's trying to do a back pick. Gets him back on base. Some high heat there from Maggard. Gets him chasing for strike two.
Yeah, he's been seeing some off-speed stuff, and then had some heat on it. And he's a little behind on his swing. So he chokes up on the bat with 2 strikes to protect his plate and try to put something in play. That's down.
Yep.
Just where you needed it. Barely cleared the infield, but not out to the outfield.
Yeah, and love Mr. Campbell here, but not a very good window. Just trust us right behind him. The ball landed right in front of the outfielder. Like I said, able to get a good hit in there and get on base. So now we have runners at first and second for the Cougars. Still only one out.
Cougars kind of got 2 base runners on and 1 out. Hopefully they'll get something started here.
Yeah, that's what they had last inning. First inning they had the runners on first and third, only 1 out.
You got Brett Smith at the plate right now. And Brett is Mr. Speedy. Does
a good job.
He hit it back to the pitcher and almost legged it out. So a 1-3 put out for the second out for the Cougars. Runners are now on second and third.
Both scores, yeah. Smith said it is out at first, but does advance both runners. And man, I swear I am horrible about not putting the hits on the daggone board. I'm sorry. Right now, Letcher Central has 3 hits. Make that adjustment. As Kinzer steps back in. Did I miss something?
They put Quentin on to load the bases.
Okay. I did miss something.
Yeah.
Looked up. I said, wait a minute. Where's Williams?
So the Commodores done the strategy not pitching the Williams and loading the bases to make the force. And
it pays off.
Yeah, it paid off for them.
So I said, still probably would have, Still, if that would have been Williams hitting that, it still would have been out at first, and they still would have been out. But still, smart coaching there by Meehan, making it so anyway they had it. They did have the force, and the Commodores again, 3 base runners stranded for the Cougars. That's 5 and 2 innings, Mark.
Yeah, and those type things come back to haunt you a lot.
You said a whole lot of missed opportunities. See if the Commodores can take advantage of the good defense, maybe get a few runs on the board. Always feels a little bit different once you got a lead.
Absolutely. Especially from a pitching aspect of it, because you can relax a little bit more and pick your shots a little better.
So we're going to go to the bottom of the second here. The Commodores coming back up to bat, still 0-0. We're going to kick it out for 90 seconds, and we'll be back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Congratulations. You're officially an agent. Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow? Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne? Oh, yeah, Wayne's fine too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Cutting a little close coming back here to Bill Dixon Field. We have number 7.
Derek Fields up to bat. He's carrying a .308 batting average, Matt, so he's got a pretty good stick.
Swinging there for strike 1.
Way out in front of that one.
It fouls that one off, so good counter for Rado, up 0-2. Tons of options now.
Got him.
So a quick out there by Wright. Got 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and out. Good way to start off the inning for him. See, like I said, once again, you look up there real quick, you see right now has still only at 17 on his pitch count. They can get out of this inning quickly. It helps him extend his life.
Yeah, Parker Klett's at the bat for the Commodores. And Parker is a 7th grader. Am I reading that right?
You are, sir.
That is going to be a heck of a young man. Anyway, he's carrying a 148 batting average, and he looks more like a junior than a 7th grader.
Big cut there. Misses. So strike 1. Probably one of my son's favorite players, using the same bat he does. Big grip on that one. Heads it out towards right. This comes in, but can't make the catch.
Yeah, just a miscommunication there by the Cougars.
It looked like second base was heading out to their right field. Thought he was going to try to cut that one off and get it. Looks like he let up a little bit. So it drops in. Now the Commodores have a runner on first. They're going to rule that one a hit.
And both of them traveled a long way, but just wasn't able to come up with it.
That's the thing about a baseball field now. You don't realize until you're out there. There's a whole lot of ground to cover.
Right, and its wind doesn't make it any easier either, because that ball's just not necessarily going in a straight line. It's tilling away and everything else. Oh, that hurt me.
Yeah, that's right. Looks like that one slipped out of his hand. As soon as he let go, he tucked. He knew what had happened. Lost control of that one, and it hits the batter. So they'll advance to first on the HPP.
So you got Devin Gayhart up to bat now for the Commodores. Gayhart this year is a junior and carrying a 368 batting average, so he's got a good stick. With a couple runners on base, this could be dangerous.
Yeah, as Rice comes back and goes ahead and drops one of those off-speed pitches right back into the zone. Starts out 0-1. Misses high. Evens the count up 1-1. Big opportunity here for the Commodores. It's 2 base runners, only 1 out.
Yeah, this is the first time Wright's had to worry about pitching from the stretch right now, and he's seems like he's getting everything higher up in the strike zone than he has been. Oh, nice job.
Second baseman ranges a long way over there. Gets that pop fly.
So that's 2 away. If the Cougars are able to get this third out, they've dodged a big bullet.
So now 2 outs. Runners still on first and second for the Commodores.
You got Corbin Wooten coming up, and he's DHing for them tonight, and he's not had that many at-bats, so he's got a low batting average right now that he's itching to improve.
Wooten's got tons of potential. Like I said, he does make contact, usually gets good power. Showing great eyes right now as Wright's down 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Pretty on time.
So Wright's going to have to come back and get this batter right here because you don't want bases loaded, or then again, maybe you do.
So 3-0 count here. So I would almost, most coaches give the universal take this sign.
And I'm pretty sure that he's just going to walk over and tell him.
I don't know. You got a good batter up 3-0. They've got to give you something.
Yeah, they got to come to the pitcher.
So great opportunity here to have something good to look at.
They're walking out and checking on the pitcher, meeting with him to make sure everything's good. He nods his head that he's fine, and they return back to the dugout.
Well, if he was to throw a ball, it's kind of just what Perry did in the last inning, just not as intentional. Loading the bases up to have the force out.
Yeah, you don't want to necessarily groove him down the middle.
That was what Meehan had said. He said, we're going to give you something. Take a swing.
Yeah, that's a high inside pitch, and, man, he tried to turn on it. With this wind and stuff, if you're able to turn on one to right field, it could be out of here.
As he is, a hard hit towards center. Williams is back there and makes the running snag.
Man, he caught that maybe 5 or 6 foot from the fence.
Yeah, Wooten drove that one far deep into center, so it may have either knocked that one more towards the edges. He may have had a shot to get out of here. But coulda, woulda, shoulda. Williams made the catch, gets out of the inning, so the Letcher County kind of returns the favors. So 2 stranded there for the Commodores. So we will go now to the top of the third. It's still been a defensive, it looks like a defensive battle. If you're not watching the game, you had base runners all over the place. Lots of good hits, but still nothing to show for it. So we got 3 hits, one hit for the Commodores, but no runs on the board.
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, we was talking about how both of these teams have a good program. In these type ball games, it's still a toss-up because anytime you let one of these teams hang around close towards the end of the game, you never know what's going to happen.
All right, so this is still plenty of baseball to play here. See who can come out on top. We're going to kick it out for a 60-second commercial break, and we'll be right back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Hey everyone, it's Kristen Mulcahy, Marketing Manager for Appalachian Wireless. Are you ready for spring? Well, we are at Appalachian Wireless. Right now, we've got great deals on the latest smartphones with discounts that make upgrading easier than ever, whether you're due for an upgrade or just ready to switch and save. April is the perfect time to get more for your money. Don't miss out. Visit your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location or shop online at AppalachianWireless.com. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome to the new Women's Health Clinic at Hazard ARH. Our expert team, led by OBGYN Dr. Ramon Thomas, nurse midwife Tanisha Blair, OBGYN physician assistant Crystal Gibson, and nurse practitioner Kristen Hurt. At ARH, we provide compassionate, personalized care for all women. From routine exams and birth control options to pregnancy care, menopause management, and minimally invasive surgery. Trust us with your women's health needs. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Welcome back here to Perry Central. Cougars back up the bat here in the top of the third inning. See if they can get something across. Like I said, I already have had plenty of base runners, already stranded 5. So they know the bats can get contact, just not getting them across the plate.
Yeah, wow.
Come way, Elkin's ranging over. Is that Elkin? Nope, that's number 7.
That's your center fielder, yeah.
I could tell from here. I was like, he come out of nowhere. Great catch. Comes in on a fly out of center.
Yeah, Derek Fields probably run half of the outfield to make that catch. Nice play.
I love seeing good outfield play. As soon as that ball was hit, you could watch him take off. Good jump on the ball.
Oh, great jump on the ball.
Got me a workout this time. Has a good field there in third. Fielded cleanly, thrown on target, so quick second out.
Yeah, 2 pitches and 2 outs.
Can't be much more efficient.
No, that'll save your pitch count.
Yeah, so Maggard, was already up to 30 pitches there in the first 2 innings, and almost out of the third here with 32.
Okay, you got Jaden Wright back up for his second go around. He line drive the first time up, so
takes ball 1. Maggard misses low and away there for ball 2.
He's been cutting that outside corner pretty well, but that one just broke a little too much. And he come right back and nailed it.
Getting close. You need to try again. Be able to get that one dialed in, so he does get 2-1 count now.
Good job. Good job.
Another hit to third. Good field. Good throw. So, 6-pitch inning for the Commodores. Like you said, we was talking about pitch counts, man, that will help. So, like I said, able to get out of that inning quickly, get that third out. Big momentum boost. So that's the first time of the game that the Commodores have been able to go 3 up, 3 down against the Cougars. Maybe see if they can ride that momentum and get some runs here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, you want to build on anything you can, and this gives them a good opportunity to step it up maybe on the offensive end and get the bats rolling.
Like I said, we will go to the bottom of the third here, still 0-0. See if anybody can get a run in. We're going to kick it out for a 90-second break. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
I believe in Kentucky. I believe in Kentucky.
I believe the good guys win.
I believe in cops and firefighters.
I believe in lending a helping hand.
I believe tough times make strong people.
I believe in insurance that's there in good weather and bad.
I believe in sticking together.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Welcome back here to Bill Dixon Field. The Commodores back up to bat here in the bottom of the third inning. So had just like Letcher County, a lot of the bats making good contact. Had plenty of base runners. Just trying to work one across now.
Yeah, this is Keegan Cecil, and he's a freshman carrying a 200 batting average. This is his first at bat in this ball game, so
That's right. Puts that one outside and gets him to chase. Gets strike one.
You got it, three. Got it, three.
Smart pitching there by Rye. Gets him chasing on the outside, so he goes back inside and gets him to watch the second strike come through.
Come on now, don't give up on it.
just a little bit on the outside, but he was sure cutting for that corner again. Just broke a little bit too much.
It's getting used to the strike zone now, trying to, change his game according to what the ump likes.
Good job, Keegan.
Deep fly out there to right. Right fielder makes a good catch. Spray out one.
Yeah, Smith's got good feet out there, so there's not too many that he won't be able to get to. So back up to Dylan Elkins, and from this point on, all the Commodores have seen the Wrights pitching at least once. His first time up bat, he flew out to left field.
Wright comes in with that off speed, and it just drops out of the zone. Elkins good eyes there. Takes ball two. Comes with that fastball, misses outside. So now 3-0 count coming to Elkins.
Yeah, Kentzer tried to frame that one up, but ump wouldn't have him none of it. That's 4 straight pitches. Base ball.
Yeah, so didn't miss much. He was putting it where he wanted to, just on that outside edge, just a little too far out there for the ump.
In great patience by Elkins there to not help him out.
So runner on first now for the Commodores. Still one out here in the bottom of third. Quick pickoff move, try to get Elkins.
I get this one.
Misses high again. Parker Maggard here for the Commodores on the play.
Yeah, he flew out to deep center field the first time up.
Once again, checking Elkins at first. Elkins with plenty of speed.
Yeah, if he can hold him close, Kentzer's got a pretty good arm, but he can't let him get. He's going on the breaking ball. Not a chance.
No. That's the first steal attempt of the game. I didn't know which camera angle to go to. From where we're at, it's going to be hit by the ump mostly. I'll try to leave it at the other camera view next time. But Elkins in there safely, still second. That was on a strike call, so now there'll be 1-1 count coming to Maggard.
And he's only been thrown out once this year, so that attests to the speed that you were referring to. So he was 12 of 13, and now he's 13 of 14.
Good job by Cancer keeping that one in front of him.
Yeah, like I said, he does a good job of that. Of course, he's got a lot of experience being the senior there because he's been behind the plate.
He's been a starter for 4 years, hasn't he, at Letcher?
Yeah, right back there behind that plate's been his home.
Nice. Oh, as they throw it up, they'll try to catch him at third. And overthrow the third baseman. So Elkins takes third on a little bit of an errant pitch on the home plate, and then Kinzer sails it out into left field, and he comes in for the first run of the game.
Yeah, and you got to remember he got on base on 4 straight pitches based on balls, so that's definitely not what you want to do as a Cougar if you don't want to give up those unearned runs.
And Coach Reesby's not real happy about how that all went down. He's going to make a mound visit, talk to his boys. Probably just a simple message. We weren't hurt. We weren't hurt, and the throw out to third base is what hurt. So now you got the 0-1 hole you got to fight out of. See if they get calmed down here and get out of the inning with no more damage done. So Sumner will step in for the Commodores.
Now, his last at bats, he hit it to third base for a 5-3 put out, so he does put the ball in play.
That's right. Misses high. Misses high again. It's 2 balls, no strikes here for Sumner to start out this at bat.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just not realizing or whatever, but he's not following through near as much as he was earlier. And he's leaving all his pitches high.
All 3 within inches of each other right there. All just a little high out of the strike zone. So 3-0 count coming to Sumner.
There, he got it down. So he's trying to come back and get his batter here. 3-1. Goes in the dirt.
So, yeah, 4th ball, Sumner will take first. They're going to have a Maggard was on second when the courtesy runner coming in.
Yes.
For Maggard. We're getting Noah Watts there for second base.
Derek Fields comes up to the plate for the Commodores. He K'd his first time at bat, so it's his second look at Wright's pitching with runners on first and second.
Well, I think we've said this a couple times tonight. So 2 base runners, 1 out.
Yeah, that seems to be a pattern we're experiencing quite often.
Oh, miscommunication for the Cougars, and the ball gets down. So what looked like an easy pop out there in the infield turns out to be another base runner for the Commodores.
Yeah, if that had been any higher, he'd probably caught an infield fly, but it just wasn't high enough to even be considered a fly ball.
Just a little bloop there. Looked like it'd be an easy out, but it's just miscommunication from the Cougars. See if the Commodores capitalize now with bases loaded.
Or did they call the infield fly?
They caught. Yeah. Huh. I mean, you both missed it. So, yeah, it's runners on second and third. 2 outs. Sorry about that one, guys. Yeah, we both missed it. I didn't hear him call it. Didn't see him call it.
I really didn't. I was writing down in the book, and I looked up, and first base was open. So
that's a big break for the Cougars. So get that second out after that. Looked like they were going to blunder that one. They do get the second out, and now see if they can take advantage and get out of this inning with only 1 run allowed. As they lay the bunt down. And the Cougars field that one cleanly and get the out at first and get that third out of the inning. So they do get out of it. Only 1 run allowed. So you are down 0-1, but could have been worse.
Absolutely. Even though they give up that earned run, the potential there was to have a big inning, and Cougars were able to battle their way out of it.
And you see that kind of look a little bit on some of the Commodore coaches' faces. That's a big opportunity. Which I mean, same thing you can say the same thing for the Cougars, though. A lot of base runners and just not coming through here to finish these innings off. So we're going to go to the top of the fourth, and now the Commodores have a 1-0 lead over the Cougars. Let's see, Cougars can get the bats rolling again after that big. I mean, that was a quick inning out last time. So see if they can get the bats rolling again and get some runs on the board. We'll be back in 60 seconds on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
The Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance wants to inform the general public that Little Flower Clinic is a full-service medical clinic available for everyone. We accept most major insurances like the one your employer provides and Medicaid. Little Flower has an experienced staff of medical professionals providing all types of services from general physicians, mental health services, dental, chronic disease case management, and even chiropractic. We have on-site x-ray and laboratory services. Little Flower Clinic, everyone's medical home in the mountains.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians, Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank committed to the communities it serves. At Whitaker Bank, you'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us at any of our conveniently located branches or go to whitakerbank.com to learn how Whitaker Bank can serve you. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Welcome back here to Prairie Central, where the Commodores have the 1-0 lead over the Cougars. It's like we have number 25, Kobe Johnson, stepping back in the box for the Cougars, going to lead off this inning.
Yeah, Kobe's been DHing for the Cougars tonight. He brought the pitch count up and held it at full count for a while there, and then was able to get a base on balls and was stranded at third.
And right now, I said Cougar batters need to get some runners on or just try to run the pitch count up right now. Maggard at the same point in the game, 17 fewer pitches than Letcher County, so he's got a lot more life left on his arm in this game.
Yeah, and a couple innings back, it was the other way around. And that 6-pitch inning really made a big difference.
Yeah, went into the third with 30 and come out with 36. It's hard to be much better than that one. See if Johnson can get some started here. He takes ball one. Hard hit the center, right at, but field's out there. So didn't have to travel too far this time. Gets a fly out to center. So quick out again for the Commodores.
Yeah, it's just 2 pitches. Got Mason Boggs up now. Mason popped up to the shortstop last time.
Takes ball one low.
And nice pitch on the outside had Boggs reaching for it as it just kept breaking away from him.
This takes too much off of that one there and misses in the dirt. Ball two. It's on deck here for the Cougars. Hadn't come got the ball yet. Stops. Here comes set. Boggs fouls that one back off. Didn't quite make it all the way up the mountain that time. Still back out of play for strike two.
Nothing in the same spot about it.
Battle here by Boggs. Not sure the sun's hitting that grass just perfect over here, Mark. Is it lime green? Good eyes by Boggs. Runs the count full now, 3-2. Said beautiful facilities here at Prairie Central. I said all this rain we've had, just being able to field ready, being able to play a game. Kudos to the grounds staff around here.
And Boggs fights him off once again, keeps the count full, runs the pitch count up to 45.
Boggs choking up, staying alive here. See if he can get something in play as he gets a hard right in the gap. Yep. Drops in the gap out there. Fields gets to it quickly. Boggs going for second and is in there safely. The throw from the outfield just a little errant, kind of went online. It was good speed on it. Maybe been able to get Boggs out, but either way, Boggs is got a double. And the Cougars have an opportunity here with only one out. They have a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, they definitely want to get this one around to the plate, but tie this game back up. So we got a runner on second with one out.
Oh, well, hit the wrong button. They've got 4 hits now for the Cougars.
Kane and Harrell got a single his last at bat.
Maggard comes in with strike 1. Takes ball 1 low. Boggs is getting a healthy secondary lead back there on second.
Yeah, he's keeping an eye on the shortstop. Of course, he's got Coach Rigsby standing there at third talking to him and telling him to get off or stay close. And he's moving. Nice hustle by Boggs.
Pitch in the dirt there. Boggs, I said, had that good lead. Uses his opportunity there and gets to third. So now the Cougars tying run is standing just 90 feet from home.
Yeah,
so
90 feet.
2 balls, 1 strike. Still coming here.
Well, Harold, it's changed his batting stance. I don't know if you noticed, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that front foot all the way around now. He's aiming it towards right field to start with.
That's what I was noticing. He's got that front foot over right on the inside edge of that box. So he's going to try to drive it out to right some way.
Yeah, he's closed his stance up tremendously.
Once again, a full count here. A good job by the Cougars staying patient.
Go, Park.
Maggard now 3-2 count. Good throw there from the third baseman. Outstanding play altogether. Kind of held it a second, held the runner, and then made the sharp throw to first to get that second out.
Yeah, as much as he had his stance closed, I was really surprised he could pull that down third that way, but evidently he had some tremendous bat speed.
Yeah, he got a hit on that one, so I said, yeah, pulled that back towards third. See if the Cougars, like I said, still have that runner sitting over here on third base. Let's see if Boggs can get home here and tie this one up. Or the Commodores can get out of this inning and keep that 1-0 lead. Hard hit there towards center. It drops in front of second. But great play there by the second baseman, able to snag that one and get the quick out at first. So the Commodores do. They get out of this inning and be able to retain that lead. So another runner stranded for the the Cougars. This time Boggs on third. See if the Prairie County can get a few more runs in, make it feel a little more comfortable. 1-0 at this game with so many base runners and good hitters. Man, it's 1 run is not much of anything.
It's really not.
As we say that, though, and like I said, we've still only got the one run. So we'll see how this rest of this one pans out. We're going to take a 90-second commercial break, and we'll be back here on BSN.
At People's Bank and Trust of Hazard, we're more than just your banker. For over a century, we've stood by your side through the good times and bad. We provide the local touch you want in a banker and the convenience of online banking when you're on the go. Plus, our checking accounts put money back in your pocket. With cashback options and rewards for banking local, we make your money work for you. Call us today to learn more about opening an account. Experience banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. We're here for you. Member FDIC.
Congratulations, you're officially an agent. Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow? Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne? Oh, yeah, Wayne's fine too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head to head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Welcome back here to Bill Dixon Field as we have Perkins stepping in the box here for the Commodores to lead off this bottom of the fourth. We have a pitching change here for the Letcher Central Cougars.
Yeah, we have number 24, Keaton Maggard, out there on the mound now. That was an exceptional curveball to start off with.
Man, he's in the groove. He's already set and ready.
Yeah, he doesn't waste much.
This is just outside for ball one. You know, this can really mess with the batters. That's why you do the pitching change a lot of times. Tempo changes, velocity changes, everything changes. You got to get used to the new pitcher.
Yeah, Keaton is a freshman. He's
as gets used to that one quickly and gets the line drive out there to center field. Takes a one hop into Williams. Commodores get a quick hit and a base runner here to start out the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, and he's got an ERA of 2, so he's done a good job up thus far for the Cougars.
He comes in with strike one.
That last inning, Maggard batted for the right fielder, Brett Smith, and then when he came in and went to the mound. Jaden Wright, who was pitching, went to third, and they just rotated around there.
As the legendary Mr. Hammond's out here talking to Maggard real quick on the mound. Not sure what it'd be about. Must have noticed something from that angle we have not yet. As he misses high there for ball one.
Yeah, sometimes when you have an umpire speak to you that way, it kind of gets in your head a little bit, and you're afraid that you'll mess up. But Keaton's pretty laid back. He doesn't get too rattled.
So 1-1 count, no outs, runner on first for the Commodores. So pitch in the dirt there. So pass ball, and the runner does advance for the Commodores. So ball two, and runner on second now for Perry Central.
Yeah, that one hit in front of Kentzer, and he wasn't able to block it. So
yeah, and it's not a great big backstop here at Perry Central, but still, if it gets into one of the corners, it's going to be hard for the catcher to handle.
But it hit right at the edge of the plate and hit him on his shin guard and bounced away from him. So
Macker comes inside on that one. Good job by Perry Central there to duck. He has it right over his head. Drops that one in though, right on the outside corner there of the strike zone. Gets a count, runs the count full now, 3-2. Good job battling back by Maggers.
Yeah, he needs to get something going here.
Job by shortstop, fielding that one, getting it over to first for the first out of the inning, but the runner does advance to third base.
So Corbin Wooten comes up for the Commodores. He's batting at DH tonight, and his last time up, he flew out to deep center field. The Q caught that maybe 10 foot from the fence.
Does that this time, and it'll be an RBI out. There's still only one out for the Commodores with the runner on third. And Wooten drives one deep anywhere. Probably see a tag and come home.
Yeah, sacrifice flies all they're looking for right now to add to their lead, I'm sure.
Big cut at that one by Wooten.
So if the Cougars can work out anything other than that to hold that runner, they've been successful.
Maggard trying to go off plate again. Misses too far outside that time. Ball one. Wooten good out. That one comes in a little low. Takes ball two.
That's a good patience by Wooten at the plate. 'Cause I'd be swinging this. Those are barely missing the outside corner.
That one was pretty, appetizing to me too if I'd been a batter. That one comes more inside, but the different little off speed gets Wooten kind of whiffing on it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still only one out here, so still great opportunity for the Commodores. See if Wooten can drive on this one, get this run in.
So that broke just a hair too much on the inside, but I mean, it had him caught off stride.
Yeah, it's close. The runs account full now, though. So Wooten can do with this pitch.
And big strikeout for Maggard.
Yeah, Wooten going, like I said, for the hit there. It's trailed Maggard, a smart pitch. Trailed it off to the outside. Got Wooten to swing on it and just couldn't quite reach out far enough to get a hold of it. So they do get the second out. And Letcher Central may be able to get out of this inning again. I said the runner get stranded on third for the Commodores.
Keegan Cecil's at the plate, and his last time up, he flew out to right field. Henster does a great job keeping that ball in front of him, saving a run.
So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Misses high. 2 balls.
This is the number 9 batter, so this may be the one that Maggard wants to go at instead of going back to the top of the order.
So Elkins not ahead of outside on that one. Ball 3. So 3 straight pitches, 3 straight balls. So Elkins not had the best night so far compared to what he has been. Elkins has been white hot coming into this game. So I said, I would want to try to get this out before Elkins comes back up to bat. Good hard hit right at Hammonds. Has a duck. Wish I'd have got that on camera. That would have been invaluable. But a hard hit there to right in the gap, and Hammonds did a good job just to be able to get out of the way.
Yeah, he did a good job defending himself there for sure.
Yeah, so good hard hit out to the left field will bring the run in for the Commodores. So 1 hit, 1 run, and a runner on first with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 4th.
And you got Dylan Elkins back up. He flew out to left field his first at bat and got a base on balls and got that first run. And he hits right. Oh, I thought it's in the gap, but my goodness, what a play.
Hit into the hole, but Elkins able to run that one out. It was a good play on defense. Just be able to get there. Plus Elkins, the speed of Elkins. You know, a lot of people, other kids may have been out on first. Elkins able to leg that one out.
Yeah, Mason Boggs did a great job backhanding it and making the throw, but like you said, Elkins just had that one beat. He had the speed in and never had a chance.
Well, speed can be deadly sometimes.
Two runners on, two outs. Cougars desperately trying to put an end to this inning so they can come in and get some things going themselves.
Yeah, Maggard stepping in now for the Prairie Central Commodores. See if he can add to the lead.
He's going.
And got him there. Good throw by Cancer. Able to get him out there at third base. So they do get out of the inning. Good news for Maggard. He gets to try again. So the out was there. Actually, Maggard's still at the plate. So when we do come back to the Commodores, he will be leadoff. But once again, the Commodores do get that one run across. So they get now 2-0 lead going into the top of the fifth. Let's see if the defense can hold, if they can keep these Cougars at bay. We're going to kick it out for a 90-second commercial break, and we'll be right back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Made in America. What does that mean? It means jobs. It means craftsmanship. And when it comes to Vaughan Bassett furniture, it means value. And Kemper recognizes that. That's why they've dedicated an entire gallery to Vaughan Bassett. Made in America. See the quality. And now, see the price. Come see your favorite Kemper store in Hazard, London, or Somerset.
Hey everyone, it's Kristen Mulcahy, Marketing Manager for Appalachian Wireless. Are you ready for spring? Well, we are at Appalachian Wireless. Right now, we've got great deals on the latest smartphones with discounts that make upgrading easier than ever, whether you're due for an upgrade or just ready to switch and save. April is the perfect time to get more for your money. Don't miss out. Visit your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location or shop online at AppalachianWireless.com. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
I'll take the Noah's basket. Only at your local Double Quick.
Back here at Prairie Central, top of the fifth inning. As looks the leadoff will be Williams. Looks like. Yep, coming in here to the batter's box, Quentin Williams.
So the Cougars have the top of the lineup back up. This is the time for them to try to get something started. Trailing 2-0, I'm sure is not what Coach was expecting in the fifth inning.
Like I said, the other Letcher County's going to go start out 1, 2, 3, and Prairie will start 2, 3, 4 at the bottom of the fifth. So like I said, yeah, big opportunities for both teams here to either try to get back this one or maybe extend the lead.
We talked about the break there. The Cougars have left 5 runners stranded. Prairie Central scored 2 runs, but still have left 4 others stranded on base. So
as Williams starts out this one with a hard hit to second, not handled well, and gets the out at first. So 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
And Maggard has started out a couple of these innings hot. Quick outs. As a pitcher, every time you can get another out without anybody on base, it gives you, more opportunities, more confidence as a pitcher.
Oh, absolutely. Kentser's up to plate now. Kentser got a single his first at bat and stranded at third, and grounded a shot to third baseman. So he's made contact both times up.
Kentser takes strike 1 and watches ball 1. He uses the count 1-1.
I've always felt like catchers, because they see so many pitches and stuff, are usually a pretty strong batter for that same reason.
Kentser with a hard hit out towards center, but Fields is camped under it out there and gets the out. Good job by Fields. They didn't have to move far for that one. Didn't track that one. The wind has died down some here, so it makes it a little easier to track.
Yeah, I mean, he literally just stood there like a statue and waited on it.
Yeah.
He had it played perfectly.
I'm going home, cut that clip, and show my boy. This is what I tell you to do. This is how it happens. Didn't even have time to get the score adjusted there before another quick hit and out for the Commodores. So, as I had the second out, I'll add the third. Quick inning there for the Commodores. Defense steps up again, and quick, like I said, just out of the inning quickly. So 3 up, 3 down.
4 pitches.
Yep. And, man, plenty of momentum here for the Commodores. Defense really needs to step up for Letcher Central. Try to get out of this one quickly. Like I said, but the last 2 innings, Commodores done a great job being able to play some small ball and get 1 run across each inning.
And you really love to see people being aggressive at the bat, but at the same time, you got to kind of be patient and aggressive because, like I said, you got to wait and pick out the one you want rather than just going after the first pitch comes your way. But then again, if you do make contact and you get a good hit, you look like a hero. So
yeah, so like I said, 3 hits there. Good job by the Cougars making contact. Man, defense for the Commodores just been stingy tonight.
Yeah. I had an old gentleman I used to play ball with. He said the key to playing ball is to hit it where they ain't, and the Cougars are hitting it right to them right now.
Yeah, so I said bad luck there for Letcher Central, but I guess the Commodores still keep that 2-0 lead coming back up to bat. We're going to kick it out for a 60-second break and be right back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Come here last second. The Maggard steps back in for the Commodores and takes ball 1.
He's been up. This is his 3rd at bat. He flew out to center field in the 1st inning. In the 3rd inning, he was left stranded on 3rd after getting a single.
Big cut on this one. Ahead of the ball. Sends it down third base line right at Grigsby. Has to dance out of the way. That is strike 1. Pretty ball there. Drops in the zone for strike 2.
Yeah, I would probably hurt myself swinging at that one. That's right down the middle.
This is high that time. That one didn't break. Parker Macker just has to duck under that one. So now counts 2-2.
Yeah, that looked like the throwdowns when he's standing on the mound.
Another off-speed pitch. That one drops too far. Ball 3. So now, like I said, Parker Macker running the counts full.
The Commodores been very patient at the plate. I mean, if it's in there, they swing at it, but they make it be in there.
It's a good vision. Takes ball 4. So I start out no outs here with Parker Maggard on first base. Sidney, we was talking about, this is the 3-batter for the Commodores. So Sumner steps in here.
Yeah, his first at bat, Sumner grounded into a 5-3 put out, and then in the 3rd inning, he was able to get a base on balls. Was stranded at second.
Coming in with a heat that time, but misses outside for ball 1. done a good job just avoiding that one. Ball came inside there. Looked like it might have about to hit him in the legs. Able to avoid. Or deep driving ball to center. Williams able to range over and get that. Looked like it may have been trouble for him. I didn't know if he's going to be able to get it there, but he makes the good running catch and gets the first out of the inning.
And it was able to hold the runner on first because he had to go halfway to make sure that he come up with it.
Field steps back in for the Commodores as they try a quick pickoff attempt there from Maggard. Fields squares the bunt. Ball's low, but he did offer, so it'll be strike one.
Yeah, I mean, that one was way down. He probably should have just pulled his bat back, but he gets that ball on the ground with the speed at, oh, nice.
Oh, as he bunts it, tries to pull off of it, still bunts it.
Man, he's got some speed, too.
Oh, we know that. He said some of those balls he's run down in center field, man, he's had to cover a lot of territory. Field is out at second, or at first, I'm sorry, and Parker Maggard advanced to second, but now we got a pinch runner.
Yeah, courtesy runner.
Maggard's courtesy
on the mound.
Is that Watts again? Yeah, looks like Watts out there on second. So now 2 outs here for the Commodores. Runner on second. Good cut, but does go foul. Strike one. Hard hit there into the gap. The third baseman handles it. And they call him out. Hammons makes calls out. Don't think the Prairie Central coach agreed with that one too much, but ump called it. It's out. That is the third out of the inning, and the Cougars hold Prairie Central to no runs and keep the lead at just 2. So now we will go to the top of the 6th inning and said Letcher County's running out of outs now, Mark.
Absolutely. They're down to their final 6. Maybe Hall can get something started this inning.
Yeah, they need a few try to get back around the top of that lineup. He's got to get a few hits, got to get a few base runners. Since the first 2 innings, Prairie Central has just been stingy on defense. Limiting the Cougars at bats, not showing them many pitches. I mean, the Cougars, like I said, the Commodore defense has really stepped up here the last few innings.
Well, the Cougars have hit the ball well, but they've just hit it right straight to people. I mean, the Commodores have made the plays. You can't take anything away from either team. They're doing what they need to do. The Cougars are just not getting the ball to fall in the gaps between the players.
Yeah. So let's see if we can see if the Letcher County Cougars luck can change. See at the top of the 6th here if they can get a few balls to drop and to get in the outfield. Maybe get some runners in. Like I said, we've had quite a few base runners. They've just not been able to get them all across the plate. So we're going to kick it out for a quick 60-second commercial, and we'll be right back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
At Hazard Community and Technical College, you are more than just a number. With our low faculty to student ratio, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to succeed. Our dedicated faculty is here to guide you every step of the way, helping you reach your goals in a community that cares. Choose HCTC. We'll never underestimate you. Call us at 606-487-3293 to learn more.
I'll take the Noah's basket. Only at your local Double Quick.
Ooh, could come in here just in time for Parker Maggard. Let that one slip. As ball 1 comes in over the Cougar batter's head.
Yeah, Clay Hall was able to duck there, but the ball was actually behind his head. So his first inning, he flew out to center field, and in the 3rd inning, he grounded into a 5-3 out at third. So right now, the meat of the lineup for LCC has to get it started, and Hall does just that.
Good hard rip there into left center. Drops in there for him, and that's it. Just like that. No outs, and the Cougars have a base runner on first.
Yeah, whether they get both the runs back or not, they need to cut into that lead this inning.
And just anything for a little confidence boost. Like I said, so far they've been blanked. They got no runs on the board here, top of the sixth. It's anything to kind of, like I said, get that momentum going, get some confidence going on these bats.
These two teams have played quite a bit over the years as far as the history goes. This is the 25th meeting between the two of them. Prairie Central's won 10, and Letcher Central has won 15 of them. But they've met 5 times in the regional tournament in the past. So being in a situation where you can blank a team sends a good message for regional play later on.
And baseball is so different, though. Depending on who the pitcher is that night, teams can look completely different because defense has to be set up, the shift may be on. So, Maggard misses outside, ball 1.
Defense.
Big cut here, but misses. Gets strike 1 swing in there.
So Jaden Wright's trying to get something started here to help the cause of the game he started.
Takes ball 2 outside. Yeah, look at that swing last time there. He's trying to get both runs back here in the one swing.
Absolutely. He did not cheat himself at all. Pop that one straight back.
And it's not coming back. Yep, that one's on the mound. So evens the count up 2-2. Misses outside. Count full. Big at bat here. Make the game feel different either way. So Maggard come back and get this out, or have 2 base runners on with no outs for the Cougars.
Yeah, this is a crucial time in this game. And takes it. So Cougars now have runners on first and second.
Yep. And as expected here, well, expected for me is once that no outs here, runners on first and second, Meehan going to take a quick visit here to the mounds. See if he's just going to try to calm Maggard down, talk to him a minute, or do a pitch change.
I'm sure quite a bit of going to depend on what Maggard's telling him out there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Maggard's played a whole lot of baseball already in his life. Meehan looks like he's going to trust him.
A lot of teams change their signs from the catcher to the pitcher when you have a runner on second, and that might have been what that last little talk was about there.
So these guys, look around. A lot of these boys have played ball together forever. This is love seeing them when they go out to more than just catcher pitcher when they go out the mound. They've been together for a long time. They know each other. That relationship, I'm not sure how to explain it. Over the years of playing ball together, you become more like brothers than you do just friends on the ball team.
Oh, absolutely. And then with the travel ball, you're seeing that more and more from different teams that play together and know each other. So anyway, Kobe Johnson's going to be coming up to the plate for the Cougars. He's their DH. Kobe got a base on balls in the second inning, and he flew out to center field in the fourth. So with 2 runners on base, no outs, Johnson at the plate.
Hard hit the third, but dead at the third baseman.
Beautiful play.
Beautiful play. Great play there. Gets the ball quickly. I said it was a hard drove ball. Helped out. Be able to step on third, get the force, and then the great throw back over to first and get the double play. So for the Commodores, it looked like they were going to be in a pickle, but man, that's an outstanding play. Gets them out of it. So now they still have the runner in scoring position on second, but 2 outs on the board. Hard hit up the middle. Shortstop can't handle it and just holds it there. So what looked like was going to be the third out is a great opportunity for the Cougars.
Yeah, and that was just a good hustle, and he did a good job keeping it in front of him, even though he didn't come up with the ball. He prevented the score from third, so that was a big defensive play.
Yeah, showed a lot of maturity as a ball player there. Some kids will still try to get that out at first and sling it over there. Just held the ball, like I said, and stopped that advancement of the runner. As we're going to have another visit here from Meehan.
This is twice in this inning, so he's going to make the change.
Yeah. We think. He's giving him a talking to at the moment, telling him the defensive situation and what's going to happen, what needs to happen. And, if you're thinking about in this situation, who would you want out there coaching the kids up? I'm not sure you got many better options than Meehan.
No.
That's why they brought him in here. He's a legend.
Well, he started coaching in Knott County. Then he come back to Hazard to home. He played in 1980. He played on the state runner-up team for Hazard. So then he's won several regional titles himself as a coach. He's probably one of the most experienced coaches in the 14th region.
Yeah, so it's got a great pedigree. I said Prairie Central was static when you talk to people around this area. They got Meehan hired in last summer for the baseball coach. So now back into the game here. We have 2 outs. Top of the 6th.
Kanan Harrell at the plate.
Runners on first and third, so good steal opportunity.
He got a single in the second, and he hit into a 5-3 put out in the fourth.
Right down the middle.
Yeah, he wanted that too. You could tell by the look on his face. He knew that was his pitch.
Yeah. Honor of Mr. Miller. He's calls a bunch of games with me. Right down Westheimer with that one. Just misses outside. That one was close. Ball 2 there.
Yeah, that was good patience by Harold. So, Kanan is usually a tough at bat, and he has proved that tonight as well.
Steps back in here now. 2-1 count. Fouls that one off. Evens the count up 2-2. So Maggard said after that rough start to the inning, has fought back here, got the 2 outs, 1 strike away from getting out of this and keeping the Cougars off the board.
Maggard's got 73 pitches so far, so you wonder how far are they gonna let him go all the way if he's feeling good, or will they bring someone in, try to close this thing out?
It's a game of numbers as the runner goes. And the throws errant into center. And the runners advance. So now we have runners at third for Letcher, and the runner on first gets all the way to third. So now Letcher Central 1 run away from tying this one back up.
Yeah, that was a big momentum boost.
Yeah, might have just been better to hold that one, but Maggard trying to get that third out there at second base. So still 1 strike away.
Now he's going to make the change.
Now he's making the change, yes. So just 1 strike away from getting out of this inning, and Coach Meehan is going to go ahead and do the pitch and change. And that was I was watching the clock over the pitch clock, and it didn't change. That was, if my count's right, Parker's 74th pitch.
Yes.
And like I said, it's a numbers game. So if he was to go over the 75 pitch count, then that would entitle more time. He would need his rest. So it looks like Meehan's going to go ahead and make the change before he does go over the pitch count. As they're bringing, is that number two, I'm sorry. Yeah, number two in the pitch.
Number 2 will be Gayhard.
Gayhard going to come in and try to finish that. We're going to give him a minute here to warm up. So we're going to kick it out for a quick commercial break. We'll be back here in 60 seconds on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
I believe in Kentucky. I believe in Kentucky.
I believe the good guys win.
I believe in cops and firefighters.
I believe in lending a helping hand.
I believe tough times make strong people.
I believe in insurance that's there in good weather and bad.
I believe in sticking together.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
We're back here at Prairie Central, as I kind of wish we wouldn't have took a commercial break. Gayhart came in and warmed up and was kind of showing his variety of pitches, and that screwball was nasty.
Yeah, he's got some good pitches. He's got a good curve, got a good screwball, and he's got some heat. So he comes in inheriting a 2-2 count, though.
And so he said that's always a hard thing as a pitcher. You come in and just have to take over where you're at. So see if he can get out of this one. As he gets this for one pitch, one strike. So all he was needing there to get out of that inning, and the Commodores will be able to make it to the bottom of the sixth, holding on to the lead. So the Commodores come up. Where are they at in the lineup? I'd forgotten.
The Commodores are at 6, 7, and 8.
6, 7, and 8 on the lineup. See if they can get another run here. Because Letcher County eat into it there. Got their one. See if they can get it back. We're going to kick it out for another quick 60-second commercial break, and we'll be right back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Hey everyone, it's Kristen Mulcahy, Marketing Manager for Appalachian Wireless. Are you ready for spring? Well, we are at Appalachian Wireless. Right now, we've got great deals on the latest smartphones with discounts that make upgrading easier than ever, whether you're due for an upgrade or just ready to switch and save. April is the perfect time to get more for your money. Don't miss out. Visit your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location or shop online at AppalachianWireless.com. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Congratulations, you're officially an agent. Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow? Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne? Oh, yeah, Wayne's fine too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment. Welcome to the new Women's Health Clinic at Hazard ARH. Our expert team, led by OBGYN Dr. Ramon Thomas, nurse midwife Tanisha Blair, OBGYN physician assistant Crystal Gibson, and nurse practitioner Kristen Hurt. At ARH, we provide compassionate, personalized care for all women. From routine exams and birth control options to pregnancy care, menopause management, and minimally invasive surgery. Trust us with your women's health needs. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Welcome back here to Bill Dixon Field. The Commodore stepping back in. Get this bottom of the sixth inning going here. Perkins going to lead off.
Now, the Cougars that went with a pitching change there. They have Dylan Eldridge on the mound. He's a freshman, and he's not pitched that many innings, but it's a new look against the Commodores. And one pitch, one out.
So good field there. So the good fielding there by the Cougars. Get the one, like I said, one pitch, one out. So quickly here, defense stepping up. So after that one run there at the top of the sixth, Cougars looking to get out of this one quickly, man. Try to get, not get the momentum die down. Get back out there quick. He misses for ball one. Eldridge gets that outside corner. Strike one. 1-1 count. One out already here in the bottom of the sixth. Hard hit there towards center as Williams is tracking it and gets the out. He likes to catch him on the move.
Yeah, he just trots right underneath him and counts out. He's,
like I said, I don't know, as a coach, that's kind of stressful. He's got enough speed to get there and get under it.
Yeah, he is just one of those kids that never gets excited about anything. I mean, you just have to be around him to understand that's cue.
Says Wooten up the bat here for the Commodores. 1-1 count. 2 outs.
Wooten flew to center field his first at bat and Cade the second time around, so.
Takes ball 2 outside.
Eldridge is purposely working that outside edge on him.
Stay in there now. Let's go.
3-1 count now. Wooten showing good vision. Takes a big cut at that one. A lot of velocity change here with Eldridge in, though.
Yeah, Eldridge moves the ball around from not just working the plate, but speed as well.
And misses low.
Got it to a 3-2, but
he missed that last one low there, bounced it across. So Wooten will take first base. And 2 outs here with the Commodores. That is Shade Combs.
That should be.
Yeah, Shade Combs stepping in here for the Commodores. They make, yawn sneaked out of me there. As they make the adjustment here, me and talking to the ump, make sure everybody knows what's going on. You got a pinch runner coming in for Wooten. There's Watts again coming in for the runner. Elder just kind of hanging out.
They have 2 Wattses in the lineup. I think this is a different runner than that was doing courtesy running earlier.
Okay. Is number 20, does that say 20 down there?
It's got 28 on the card. So.
It might be a 28 from this far, and my age getting to me on the vision.
We won't talk about that.
Comes to everybody, Mark. Comes to everybody. So Shade steps in here with 2 outs. Misses low again. Ball 1. Good job by Cantor staying in front. And looks Watts back to first. Eldridge comes there, gets that outside. Strike 1. Let's see, Mr. Looks like Kobe Ambergy and Tucker Mason coming across the camera there.
Yeah, I see him in hand there.
Some Cougar volleyball players. Ball in the dirt, but Combs swings. Strike 2.
Yeah, they played over here tonight in the gym, so they've made the trek over.
Something we've not covered yet on BSN, but something we probably need to look into. Boys volleyball starting to really pick up around the 14th region. Eldridge comes, would have been strike three. Shady comes, fights that off, stays alive. 1-2 count, 2 outs. As a pick off Watts at first. Back in plenty of time.
Yeah, I think Eldridge just trying to keep him close so he could concentrate on the batter.
And he gets the batter. He gets come swinging for strike three and gets out of the inning. So now the Cougars down to 3 outs. Last opportunity. But I said it does help out. Last inning there, top of the sixth, they were able to get that one run across on the error. So, man, it's going to be a close game. So, see if the Cougars can get this one tied up or take the lead. Top of the 7th inning. We're going to kick it out for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here in 60 seconds on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Back here at Prairie Central as the Letcher Central Cougars are down to their final 3 outs. Got to get something going and get going quick, Mark.
They surely do. And
I say that, a lot of the runs I've watched the Letcher score this year have been on 2 outs. So maybe it's be a thrill for the drama of it. But either way, it is
and
go time.
The Cougars are sending Hunter Eisen to the plate to bat in the 9th hole, and then they'll be back to the top of the order. So,
and Gayhart on the mound there came in for the one pitch at the to finish off that 6th inning, and he's still on the mound here for the Commodores to try to get out of this one in the 7th.
And we watched him warm up both times, and man, he has some unbelievable breaking ball that breaks right and left. So he's got a curve and a screwball.
We have a great vantage point from where we're sitting at, guys. We're dead behind the ump here. We can watch that ball move all over the place. And from the angle we've got, we can't see it as much, but trust us, that thing is moving and dancing over there.
So Eisen takes that first pitch on the outside corner, fastball.
And Gayhart just whizzing it down the middle right now.
Yeah, he run that one back in on his hands, too. I mean, good ball movement. It's hard to come in pitching when you got a fresh pitcher and trying to pitch hit.
Ooh!
Made him live hard over next to the dugout there as he fouled it down first baseline.
Yeah, he coaching staff for the Commodores scattered. That was a beam right at the dugout. So still 0-2 count here, though. As fights that off. Last second, that ball tried to drop in. He tipped it. Hancock couldn't handle it, so stays alive.
The way he jerked that glove off and was rubbing his hand, I'm not sure he didn't get hit by the bat.
That's what I was thinking happened, yeah. As he really choked up on that bat and chopped at it to try to stay alive. Hancock's hand may have been the collateral damage.
If that's the case, he should be on first, but it was Cade looking. So 1 out away this inning, 2 outs left for the Cougars with Quentin Williams coming to the plate. He K'd in the first and walked in the second and hit 4-3 put out in the fifth. So he's due.
Yeah, not had a great night. Like I said, Williams always, when he's up to bat, opportunity. He's plenty of power. He could tie this one up by himself.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I've seen him smack them out before.
So takes ball 1. Hart just challenges him on that one. Comes down to the heater.
Yeah, he's going to make them hit the ball. There's no doubt about it because he's bringing it to them.
Yeah. I'm about to move this camera and see if I can try to get a view of that. That ball is moving so much.
Yeah, it broke probably a foot, maybe more.
Anyways, the strike 2 to Williams. Misses high. Ball 2.
That's a good pitch to throw when you have someone in this situation to try to get them to chase that high fastball.
Williams 2-2 count. Takes ball 3. So showing good vision. Hart now the full count.
So Hart's got to come to him. We'll see how this battle ends up right here.
It's a strength on strength here for these two teams. So as he misses low and wins, so now the Cougars have that tying run on first base.
And I really wouldn't be surprised if they don't try to do a hit and run or something and try to really advance Williams.
He's got plenty of speed. Kinser does too, so he's trying to get something maybe in play, give him an opportunity to make some noise on the base pass. This is outside, ball 1.
For defense.
Yeah, I think Gayhart's just trying to overthrow a little right now. If he relaxes and brings it to him, it's just trusting your teammates, and the Cougars have to do the same thing with these last few at-bats. Kinser fouls that one back.
Hard slice, yep, back up on the hill. Yeah, your philosophy seems to be popular, Mark. You hear some of the old heads here yelling out, trust the defense.
Yep. Yeah, as a pitcher, that's what you have to do. If you're not K'ing them on your own, put in there and make them be a hitter and let your defense take care of the rest.
Ooh, Gayhart drops that one in and gets strike 2. And then almost a great play by Hancock. Williams not paying too much attention down there. It was almost thrown out at first.
Yeah, we saw him make a couple good throws down to first base.
Kinser needs to stay alive here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fights it off.
Yeah, he did just that. He choked up and was able to get a bat on the ball to make contact.
Yeah, full extension, too. Gayhart had that one running outside. Kinser had to really stretch, but got a hold of it. Misses high. Ball 2. Kinser staying alive.
This has been a really good at-bat for Kinser so far. Moved through that ball out. It must have had a scuff on it or something from the bat.
Gayhart comes set. Kinser steps straight, gets ready. Fights it off, but high fly balls. He's going to stay in, play down to first. And the play made by the first baseman there.
That was good job on Williams to come back to first because he was already on second when he realized where the ball was.
Yeah, so like I said, now with 2 outs, anything, Williams is going to be on the move. He's going to be rolling.
And then you got Andrew Little at the plate. Andrew got on in the first, flew to center field in the third, and hit a 4-3 put out in the field. So he has.
As Williams was headed to second, but a foul tip here will send him back to first.
Yeah, Williams got a good jump that time and was gone. They didn't hold him on as close, and he just went for it. Like I said, with 2 outs, they've got to make something happen.
And if you're the Commodores, how aggressive are you? With Williams heading to second, do you try to throw or do you just let him have it? Or the strategy's starting to come into play here. With only 1 out left in this game.
Well, with the jump he had last time, you just let him have it because he was
almost there.
He was almost there by the time the ball got down here.
As he goes. And they got him. So the out there, good throw by Hancock will end the game, catches Quentin Williams stealing, and that is ball game. So I said a great defensive battle tonight, guys. This was awesome. Perry Central comes out on top, 2-1 over the Letcher Central Cougars. We're going to take one more minute, quick commercial breaks, and we'll be right back here to kind of summarize this one up and break this one down for you. We'll be back in 60 seconds on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
At Hazard Community and Technical College, you are more than just a number. With our low faculty to student ratio, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to succeed. Our dedicated faculty is here to guide you every step of the way, helping you reach your goals in a community that cares. Choose HCTC. We'll never underestimate you. Call us at 606-487-3293 to learn more.
I'll take the Noah's basket. Only at your local Double Quick.
Welcome back here to Perry Central as this one is gone final. Perry Central Commodores take it 2-1 over the Letcher Central Cougars. And you were talking about the regional tournament earlier. What felt like a regional tournament game. This one came down to the wire. Big, like I said, big defensive plays. Great, outstanding ball game all across the board, Mark.
It really was. It was a 2-1 ball game. We knew it would be a good game, but the Cougars actually had 5 hits to the Commodores 4, and we talked about it several times throughout the broadcast that they were stranding runners. Commodores was able to put 1 run in the third and add to it and another run in the fourth. Cougars were finally able to score in the 6th, but they couldn't get anything done in the 7th to tie it up there and fell a little short. But, yeah, like we said, these teams have played a lot. In 07, in the regional tournament, Letcher County came out with a win there. In 08, Perry County came out with a win. In 12 and 13, Letcher. In 16, Perry County. So these guys have met in the regional tournament and eliminated each other 5 times so far, so wouldn't surprise me to see both these teams back there again this year.
No, I said both teams. I mean, just like I said, outstanding showings. It's defense, offense, anything you want to see tonight. You had plenty of things to build upon. If you're a coach, you had things you need to critique. There was a couple errors in the games, and there was a couple of situational things. But that's something you can't practice that stuff in practice. Sometimes you have to get in those real game situations. So it's a great game tonight. It's lots of stuff for the coaches to take away from it. But I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to Bluegrass Sports Nation. Like I said, a beautiful night after the weather cleared up. It looked like a thunderstorm, but now we have blue clouds and a great sunset.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful here now that the game is over, but the first 4 or 5 innings, it was like tornado weather with the wind blowing, but it finally passed over without any rain. So we were really blessed.
Yeah, great time here tonight. Thank you, Mr. Young, for coming down and calling the game with us. I said you did an outstanding job as usual.
I really enjoy it, man. Baseball is one of my favorite games, and I played it, I've coached it, and get to call these is just really cool.
Yeah, like I said, and as I said it before we came on air, I mean, I just love baseball. This time of year is awesome. We're gonna wrap this one up, and then I'm gonna wander over here and watch the little guys play some. This little league over here looks like it's getting still rolling hard. I'm gonna go over and enjoy some of these young guys here. So I'd like to thank you guys once again for tuning in to Bluegrass Sports Nation. So for Mark Young and Matthew Hudson, tune in to us tomorrow night. Yep, got another Prairie Central softball game on tomorrow night. Me and Samantha Turner will be up here for that one. So check us out on Bluegrass Sports Nation.